Hello fellow woodworkers and welcome to this week's edition of the Garage Workshop 10-minute tool review. This week we're going to be looking at the DeWalt DCS331N Jigsaw. Let's get going. So for this week's 10-minute tool review, I have picked something slightly different. Now, this is the DeWalt DCS331N cordless jigsaw, and I bought this about a year ago actually for work, not for the workshop, and it was one of the sales on the Amazon warehouse. For those of you that don't know what Amazon warehouse is, if you buy a product on Amazon and you return it for whatever reason, it gets sent back to Amazon, and 9 times out of 10 those products add up or get added to the Amazon warehouse. And the products on there are graded at different grades. You get some that are clearly have had a bit of abuse, all the way through to those where literally the packet's been opened and it can no longer be sold anymore. Now this, and I have no idea how it happened, I just happened to go onto the Amazon warehouse and I saw it, and it was listed as a grade B, I think, which is the second up. The box is open. I've never had it out. I've never had it out of the packaging. When it arrived, the box wasn't properly glued down, but I bought it for significantly less than the retail price. And what I'll do is I'll put a little link up here. I'll tell you here how much this product would be if you went out and bought it now. But I paid a lot less for that, or I should say my work did. So I've always wanted to have a good quality jigsaw, and I'm very lucky in the fact that I've got a Parkside one which does 90% of what I want it to be, but not many of my tools in the garage workshop are made by DeWalt. In fact, I think I've only got 2. I've got my orbital sander, which I did a recent 10-minute tool review of, and I'll put the link there, and I've got my drill, my DeWalt drill, which again is another fantastic piece of kit. So I was really interested to see if really getting something made by DeWalt was worth the extra money. I did a little bit of research, and one of the things that I did not realise until recently is DeWalt is owned by the same company that owns the brand Black & Decker, and in fact they're brother-sister brands within that same family. So let's get it out, let's see what's in the box. Hopefully everything is there, and we'll start giving it a go. So a little bit of a disadvantage opening this product, because obviously I don't know what is meant to be in the box because I've never owned one before. So this model, as I said, this model is the DCS331N, and it takes the 18 volt XR lithium ion batteries, and they're actually really good quality battery. So inside the box, not a great deal. So obviously we've got the unit, which is bagged up. We've got an instruction booklet. Looks like it's been in and out of the box quite a few times. Looks nicely folded over, none of which was done by me. And what looks like a copy of the extended warranty. Now, as with more quality tool products, there is a lot more detailed instructions on the jigsaw in a number of languages, but for this one a good chunk of the book appears to be in English. So this unit, it is the battery operated one, and literally all I appear to have in there is the unit and this, which is obviously the dust extraction. So the unit is baseless, and if you choose to buy an item like this, particularly if you buy an item like this from somebody like Amazon, you do have to be aware of the fact that it is just a base unit. It doesn't come with a battery or the battery charger. Now, as I said, it doesn't come with a battery or the battery charger, so you do need to figure that in. And I can tell you straight off, it is a very substantial unit. I'll give you a little bit of a close-up of it, but it really does feel quite heavy. It says in the instructions that comes with it, that it weighs 2.4 kilograms, and to be honest with you, I believe that to be true. As I said, it's 18 volt, it's got a 400 watt power output. The thing about tools by DeWalt and all of those other companies, Milwaukee, the vast majority of the body is made of metal. So all of this part, all made of metal, whereas on cheaper jigsaws, you usually find there two pieces of machined plastic that are pushed together. The only plastic on here is obviously the main sort of plastic body and the grip. But inside, the grip here is rubber. So it feels really nice quality, as I said, nice and sturdy. It has got a stroke capacity of 26 millimeters, which again is probably about right for a jigsaw of this quality, but compared to some of the cheaper jigsaws out there, that is quite a good capacity. It's got a maximum cut depth in wood of 135 mil, and it's got a maximum cut depth in metal of 10 mil. The stroke length, as I said, is 26, and it has got a 3-setting 45-degree switch. So that actually works in two ways. Hopefully you can see there is a switch there that actually alters the blade in terms of it moving back and forward. So at the moment it's set on locked off, but if you put it onto 1, it slightly pivots the blade forward, and there are 3 settings for that, easily adjustable. And of course you can set it to tilt on an angle. Now, as with a lot of DeWalt tools, it is a very, very nicely made unit. It's also got the keyless system, chuck system, and it's also got a variable adjustable base. So that's the initial look at it. Let's get a blade in it and let's see what it can do. Okay, so to insert a blade into the jigsaw, as I said, it uses this keyless system. So you literally open the keyless system up and you get the blade, ensuring that it's against the rollers. You slot it in as far as it goes, and then you push the keyless system down, and that locks the blade in. As I said, there are different settings on this. If I wanted to just do a straight line, then I use it that way. If I was interested in doing an angled cut, then all I have to do is release this lock and then pull the unit back, and it rotates, as you can see, either way. It's got a 45-degree rotation on either side. When you're happy with whichever angle you like, say it's that one, then you just drop the lock back in place, and it locks the jigsaw in place. And again, if I want to tilt the blade, as you can see from the side, that's literally a case of pushing that dial. And as I said, let me just level it back off. It does feel a really nice sort of heavy substantial unit. So let's put a battery on it, let's do a sound test, see how loud it is, and then we'll put it through its places just on a couple of pieces of wood and see how it cuts. So one of the other key features of this jigsaw is its dust extraction. It comes in the box with this plastic dust extractor, which you should be able to connect to a standard hose, and I'll try that in a minute and see if it does. And then obviously the other end goes in through the base and connects right by the jigsaw blade. But the interesting thing about this, and I haven't had a huge amount of experience of jigsaws, but certainly the ones that I have used, it has a dust blowing port on the side here, which can either be locked on or locked off. At the moment it's locked off, and it says in the instructions when you lock it on and push it up, it aids the blowing of the dust that gathers obviously where you're cutting, and sends it out. Now the other thing is it has got a screw connector here, which I think potentially is for a fence to keep it straight. Obviously that wasn't in the box, and I'll do a little bit of research to see if that is missing. But a nice cool little feature to have that dust blower. So when we test it now, we'll have that dust blower on and we'll see. And we'll just get a piece of MDF and just run it through and see how it performs. Okay, so hopefully you can see really nice quality cuts from the jigsaw. Really impressed. And even on this thicker piece of wood, which to be honest I didn't think it would get through, there's a little bit of tear out this side, to be honest, but not a huge amount, but it's very clean that side. I did notice a big difference though when I turned off the dust blower. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a lot of sawdust there, certainly in comparison to the other two pieces I cut where there was virtually no sawdust at all. So really pleased with the quality of that cut. The other thing I should point out here is actually my battery's not fully charged either. It's about 70% charged. So what I'm going to do now is just adjust it. We'll put it on back on the piece of plywood and then just see what it's like cutting at an angle. So again, you can see the cut there, and again, this is the amount of sawdust. I've still got the dust blower set off, but look at that cut. Really smooth, really lovely quality. That little piece of tear out was actually already there from the last cut, but look how smooth that cut is. Really impressed with that. So we've tested pretty much all of its features now, and I'll give you my overall review. Okay, so what is my overall opinion of the DeWalt DC331N jigsaw? Well, I think if you are using a jigsaw a lot, and bearing in mind a jigsaw is one of the staples of most woodworkers, then I think this unit is definitely for you. Great build quality, fantastic cutting. I should also point out as well, I was just using cheap little blades, jigsaw blades with the jigsaw. So really nice quality cuts. There's a lot of features on it. It's very powerful with that 400 watt power output. So a really nice piece of kit, which I have to be honest, I would highly recommend. Now, for a woodworker like me, I don't use a jigsaw enough to invest the amount of money that it would take. And as I said earlier, I think this is about £120, I think, if you buy it now on Amazon, and that is literally the bare unit of the jigsaw. That doesn't include the battery that you'd have to produce and and it also doesn't include the charger. So adding those two things in, you're probably looking at anywhere from £200 to £250 for what is essentially a jigsaw. And I think for a casual or somebody who doesn't do a huge amount of woodworking, that's a lot of money, and actually that's a lot of other tools. But for me, the fact it only hit 75 decibels in the sound recording, I'm really happy. I would be really happy with purchasing this jigsaw. Well worth it, I think, personally, and a great piece of kit. Thank you so much for joining me on this week's 10-minute tool review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been useful to you. If this is your first time here, please can I ask you to subscribe, like and comment. If you're one of my regular followers, thank you so much for watching again. I do love all the comments. Please keep them coming, and also don't forget to like and comment. I will be back next week with another video from the Garage Woodwork. Take care, fellow woodworkers.